And they're angry because they're crazy. Now, Lorraine, I go out, I'm all around the city. I can be walking and see a black woman, and I speak. Good morning, how you doing? They look like I'm invisible. Don't even acknowledge that I just said hello to you. Good morning, anything. And I don't understand that. I'm a happily married man. I just celebrated 16 years with my wife on the 21st of this month. So I'm not trying to hit on you. I was just talking to you. And
Ron, a reason that you might get that reaction is because women oftentimes have the experience. I'm not saying you, and it's not fair for you to be treated that way, but oftentimes they'll have the experience. If you smile at somebody, they just might try to follow you home.
Yeah. Well, I'm raising a daughter, and me and my wife already talked about this. I don't care who she marries, as long as he, color, race, whatever, as long as he makes her happy. Because I got a thing with, I don't want my daughter to marry a man raised by a female, single mom. That's my prejudice. I have the right to have that because these women cannot teach a man how to be a man. Like, I cannot teach my daughter how to be a woman. God forbid something happened to my wife, I would have to bring a female into her life to teach her how to be a woman. But these sisters think, well, I'm a mama and a daddy. You're not a daddy. You can't teach what you don't know. And if you knew what a good man was, you wouldn't have laid down with that bum with and got pregnant with him. So how are you going to teach him how to be a good man?
Well,
hi, good morning, Lorraine. How are you?
Great, Cheryl.
That's it. The answer to that question for me is absolutely not. Black women are not miserable. What Terry and your last caller mentioned is that black women are under stress. We always hear about our men and what they're going through and the systematic genocide of black men and the other things which are legitimate, but we don't talk about the stress factors that black women go through. Some of it we have brought upon ourselves because we took on and championed a fight that was never ours. One being feminism. Because as I've stated many times on this program, black women have always had to work outside of the home. And we dropped civil rights and moved over into an arena that had absolutely nothing to do with us. And one of the other things that I wanted to mention is that the Word of God tells us, and I believe in the Word, that when Eve ate the forbidden fruit, he didn't come to Eve. He went directly to Adam, which to me is an indication of the responsibility that God had for the man. We are out of order. And any time you have, whether it's animals or nature, when it's out of order, there's going to be chaos. And that's one of the things, black women, because we have put in a position, some of it because of our own fault, and also because of black men not taking responsibility. Not all black men, but some black men not taking responsibility. We have been put in a situation where we're out of order. We're out of sync. So we're dealing with issues of our health, our mental health, our emotional health, which is sometimes may come off as if we are angry. It comes off as if we are like you said, miserable, but we are going through a lot of stress factors day to day because we have complete and total responsibilities and are in a position that God never intended for any woman, no matter what color you are, to be in. The other thing is that we keep on using the cliche about loving ourselves, Lorraine, but loving ourselves is also an extension of your neighbor. He said, the Word of God says to love yourself as you love your neighbor. And my point in that is that women have no loyalty to one another. Example, if the moment I find out that you are married, I'm done with you. I'm not going to continue. I'm going. If I don't have enough respect for myself, I'm gonna respect that sister. The moment I find out that you're seeing another guy, seeing another woman, I'm gonna give you the benefit. Right. But the moment I find out you're seeing another woman, I'm gonna have enough loyalty to my sister to say, no, you're not gonna play two of us. Well, and once black women begin to have that kind of respect for themselves and for one another, these brothers will stop playing these games, because then it wouldn't be no issue of, well, it's 20 men to every black woman. Because black women are making them respect. They're respecting each other, and they're making the black man respect them.
Well, a lot of women don't respect themselves, but they don't see it as not respecting themselves.
Well, I want to say over the airways today, if you are sleeping with somebody's husband, you don't respect yourself. If you're listening and you are sleeping with another sister's husband, you are a part of the problem. If you're sleeping with another sister's boyfriend, fiance, whatever it is, and you know it, and you're a willing participant, you are wrong, and you need to get out of that relationship. You need to find out what it is that will make you, first of all, be in a situation like that. And you need to realize it's not as bad as the media is putting it. There are good black men out there, but you have to start looking beyond the outside appearance and seeing, as my mother used to say, looking at how he treats you.
All right.
And that's my comment.
I thank you, Cheryl. Great call.
I'm at the bowling alley 2 days ago, and I see a young white, opie-looking young man come in, clean-cut white boy, with one of the finest, dark-skinned, chocolatest, fine, African-looking black sisters I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to choke him. She was so fine. And all I could ask myself was, what is he doing? We not doing? Because she looked happy. She didn't look like she was wanting for anything. She didn't have a problem with this young man. And it dawned on me, she has no choice but to go to Opie. And when you see Lil Doug, Dr. White, you see a spitting image of Daddy. I take him everywhere I go. You may never know where he might pop up because he rolling with me because I want him to see what else is out there. But lastly, when you see him, you see a clean-cut haircut. You see a boring dressed person, no pants sagging, very unassuming, polite, knows how to articulate and say yes, ma'am, and no, sir. And so the last part about it, Dr. White, the other young men in this class, mohawk, couple of them, lines cut all in their hair, the latest, trendiest fashions. But who do you think is taking them to these barbershops? It's the sisters. The sisters are the ones that have gotten them started off on that course of thugism. And you saw what happened in California at the high school homecoming dance, where a young lady is gang raped, 10 students, where 10 other ones have possibly spectated. And we wonder why the woman is so angry. Because we have allowed her to become victims, like what happened at the Cracker Barrel with the young Ku Klux Klan and beat her down. So we got to start banding together as men, and maybe even having workshops and think tanks as men, Dr. White. What can we do to lift you all spirits up and take that burden out of your hands, pay some of those bills for you so you won't be so doggone angry? Love you, Dr. White.
Thank you.